Here at the IEU, we began the year with an ambitious agenda. Against a backdrop of cuts to education spending, a freeze on government funding for Catholic and independent schools, and uncertainty around Gonski, things look pretty grim. We also had to confront a long list of new regulations and requirements from the federal and state government, all of which means new work for our members. Despite all this, we've survived and flourished. We settled into our new headquarters in Ultimo, and we got on with the job of doing what we do best, representing and supporting our members.
An important part of our strategy is the industrial protection of members, both for groups of members and members as individuals. And a key part of what we do is get up-to-date and enforceable enterprise agreements. In the last 12 months, we've had 4 agreements for teachers in Catholic system schools, which of course is the heart of our coverage. But we've also had agreements for support staff in Catholic independent schools, one group, the EREA schools, and for teachers in another group of Catholic independent schools, the List D. But we've also had agreements in the non-Catholic sector, for example, Christian schools, and in services such as early childhood. Over 60 centres have had agreements, plus the private profit-making English colleges. So right across the diversity of our coverage. But it certainly hasn't all been smooth sailing this year. We've had a protracted industrial dispute at St Greg's, Campbelltown, where teachers have taken industrial action on numerous occasions. The employer has been trying to force them into an agreement using sneaky tactics, and we've tried to resist that. But unfortunately, ultimately, the dispute was unsuccessful, and we'll have to be revisiting that with our member support next year.
Something new in 2013 has been a reinvigorated strategy for meeting with and engaging our tertiary students and our student members. We know they're the future of the teaching profession and certainly the future of our union. So among other things, we invited a group of students to come here to Wattle Street and engage in a forum to meet with current principals on preparing CVs and attending interviews and the general do's and don'ts about applying for positions. Recruiting is a really important part of our work, whether it's staff who've been in schools for a while or people new to the profession. It's really important that we tell the union story and that we enable our chapter representatives to do that work for us as well. So a very important part of our work is our reps training, and that's been held in all of our branches this year, and I think really well appreciated. It's been another big year for conferences. We began in term 1 with a conference on Indigenous education. We worked our way through and we've held conferences for our early childhood sector, also for our support staff, and we've most recently had a conference on environment, education and sustainability.
Teach, Survive, Thrive and our other conferences are run for our members' benefit. Our Pedagogy in a Pub series, or PIP, are run in remote and metropolitan areas on topics as diverse as cyber safety and the Institute of Teachers. Our newest PIP is on voice care, and we're developing a course on lesson observations as professional development. Members who are maintaining their accreditation benefit as our PIPs, conferences and forums are registered with the Institute of Teachers.
The education agenda for 2013 has been jam-packed. The union enjoys strong member engagement via online surveys, its committee structure and workshops at council meetings. The focus for the 2013 school year has been provided by the government report entitled Great Teaching Inspired Learning. In particular, the union has to focus on the industrial implications of that report. Further, we have interests in annual teacher performance reviews and how they'll be managed at school level. We also have a strong interest as a union in school-based professional development because it underpins many of the reforms necessary. The union is seeking better pay for prac. Throughout the consultations process, the union's view has been simple. Our members deserve more pay. The prac is owned by teachers and schools, and they should be rewarded for their engagement in that process.
All in all, we've had plenty to celebrate. We took to the streets in the big red bus for May Day. We've had bells pealing around the nation to celebrate World Teachers' Day, and we took time out to honour our history by presenting badges to members of 30 or more years. This year, like all years, everything we do for our members. But non-members benefit as well. So if you're working with non-members, show them this video and get them on board. Get them to join their union.